Hey guys, Lan here on GradysMom, back with another dinner video. I know it's been about a hot minute or so, but as you know, I've just been crazy busy and I just haven't had the time to put YouTube at a priority anymore as of late with all that's been going on in the world. But anyways, here are some dinner clips that I filmed over the course of probably 3 weeks. There were many nights that I completely forgot to film, but I'm trying my best. This night here, we are having a creamy, it's like a broccoli, ham, bacon, potato creamy soup that a friend of mine actually dropped off. It was super sweet. She left this on our doorstep. She made a fresh batch and she left us this and texted me after, so I knew to grab it and put it in the fridge so it wouldn't go bad. It was delicious though. The next night, or this clip here, I don't know if these are even in order anymore at this point, we had kind of a mishmash of leftovers. So we had a little bit of like a mishmash of things. Potato salad, some leftover sloppy joe pasta bake that I did a video on a couple weeks ago, and then a pork chop. It was just very random. And then this night here, I did some shrimp skewers with this Sweet Baby Ray's sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, and we also grilled up some green beans as well in our grill pan, and some of this Rana brand skillet gnocchi, which I absolutely love, and I love grilling in general, you guys know. So this skillet gnocchi is like one of my favorite things. I just love it. It just cooks up in like 5 minutes. The shrimp was delicious with that Sweet Baby Ray's sauce. The gnocchi was nice and crispy. The green beans were nice and grilled, kind of charred. It was super good. And I wanted to mention too, anytime we have leftovers, like from what we actually don't eat on our plates, I always save it for the next day for lunches. So the next night we had nachos for dinner, like a plate of nachos each. So I did scoops chips. I had leftover chicken that I chopped up. I added some pico de gallo and some grated cheddar cheese that I just grated off of like a brick. And we each had a plate of the chicken nachos. The next clip here, I took some potatoes and just kind of cut them up, left the skin on. I had some leftover kielbasa that I cut up and added some scrambled eggs, some onion, some seasoning, some cheese, and it was kind of like a potato kielbasa egg scramble. And I had a little side here of these like homemade baked beans that my mom made. She's been dropping off, well, my dad's been dropping off stuff for her because he usually is down in this area more than her. We had this beef stroganoff one night over some egg noodles, just a very traditional, simple, basic beef stroganoff recipe with the egg noodles. I know some people like it on rice or potatoes, but I really enjoy it on the egg noodles. And then this next night, I grilled up some chicken breast and I made these big sort of Asian style salads with a bed of spring mix and mandarin, sesame seeds, like a peanut ginger Asian dressing. And then I put a little jalapeno on the side for myself. I made a soup this next night. It's just a chicken broth based soup with sausage. I put some potato, celery, I think carrot, onion, garlic. There were definitely other veggies that I'm missing, maybe zucchini. Again, these clips were filmed over the course of 3 weeks. And I added in a handful of this cut spaghetti. So it's literally just spaghetti that's been chopped up into smaller pieces. And we each had a nice bowl of the soup, and we actually had some side salads as well, but I forgot to film clips of those. And we had plenty of the soup left for lunch the next day. I actually haven't been filming lunch videos because it would just be pretty repetitive of what you're seeing here for dinner, because a lot of these meals were having leftovers the next day for lunches, so I just didn't want to film the same exact clips twice. This next night, we grilled up some pineapple spears. I just got a pineapple and cut it up. I added cinnamon. We got some beautiful thin New York strip steaks, and we grilled up the pineapple and the steaks, and I made some loaded mashed potatoes with bacon and chive and cheddar cheese, and they were really good. And the steak I saved for the next day and actually made a breakfast skillet. I just prepped some cauliflower for later, so I just wanted to talk about it quickly because you'll see it in a dinner clip later, and rather than explain it later, I'd rather just do it now. So I cut up a whole head of cauliflower. It was like a medium-ish size head of cauliflower, just to kind of save a step later because it just makes it easier. Plus, I wanted it to sit for a bit. So I cut it up. I drizzled it with some light EVOO, extra virgin olive oil, and then I tossed it with curry powder. because you can see it has like a yellow hue. Curry powder, I tossed it with some garlic powder and then a little bit of salt and pepper. But I did go heavy on the curry, and then I just tossed it all. You can see a little, it has like a little glistening of oil on it because you want it coated since this is going to be roasted. But I'm just going to pop the lid on this and let this sit in the fridge for a few hours, and then later when it's time to get dinner rolling, all I have to do is preheat the oven, throw this onto a sheet pan, and it'll roast up really nicely. Cauliflower is one of my favorite veggies of all time. I actually love every single veggie. I've actually thought about it, yes, but I love cauliflower. So we did some kielbasa on the grill, some green beans and tomatoes in the grill pan. It was a really nice light dinner, and I just loved the smokiness of the curry. So I had some cauliflower and a kielbasa veggies, and Matt had the same thing, except he had a little bit of leftover risotto that we had and an extra kielbasa. It was a really delicious dinner. So tonight we are doing some garlic parmesan chicken wings. I've got my wings in this Ziploc with the garlic parm seasoning. So I'm going to lay these all out on my sheet pan and bake them. And then I'm going to do some Near East garlic and herb rice pilaf and then some kind of veggie. So I'm going to get these wings in, get the rice going, and I'll show you what it looks like when I bring it all together. So once the chicken is coated, I just lay it on a baking sheet. I've got my oven already preheated. Of course, you could throw these like in the deep fryer, but I just like them better in the oven because I can get them really, really crispy without all of like the deep fried oil taste and fat. But anyways, I just wanted to update you guys quickly while I'm doing the wings. Everything's going good. I'm just busy. You guys already know I've got my son who I'm homeschooling. My husband's been laid off due to COVID-19 for about 7 weeks now, and I've been working my job from home. I'm just very thankful to still have a job because most people that we know here in New York are laid off without really any end in sight. So once we go back to work, we're trying to figure out, arrangements for our son, since normally he'd be in school here until the very end of June. So a lot going on right now, a lot of moving parts. Luckily, Matt is doing a lot of custom woodworking projects, both locally as well as for some of you guys that have ordered coasters, and now he's starting on cutting board. Hey guys, I wanted to interrupt the video really quick just to show you a little sneak peek of what we have going on sort of behind the scenes, I guess. So I'm going to give you the really quick short story version of this. So last week my husband had made us, meaning our family, a set of these exotic wood coasters. He is a specialty carpenter. He works in construction and does a lot of high-end remodels, high-end home building, things like that. But his like hobby or passion when he's home and having free time are building things, creating things out of wood. So each of these coasters are made out of 8 different types of exotic wood that started out just in their raw form that he created into these. And the set he made our family last week, I just love them so much. I actually posted a picture on my Instagram. Little did I know that was going to spark a flurry of DMs of people asking if he made them like to sell. At the time last week, we had never really sold anything like this. The only thing he's really built for other people that he's made money off of are like custom jobs. So like custom cabinets, custom shelving, custom built-ins in people's homes, like for friends, for family, for clients. But anyways, once the DMs came pouring in last week, I actually just said to Matt, there's people inquiring about wanting to have a set of these for their own, home and family. And some people inquiring wanting to order them for gifts, like for Father's Day, for their husband, for their dad, for their brother, things like that, because they thought that they would really like them, as a gift. So Matt and I talked last week, and he said, since I'm not working, he's not working right now. Almost everybody here is either laid off or able to work from home like myself. So he said, I have the free time right now. I'll go ahead and just start mass producing them. So we filled a whole bunch of orders already. This batch, actually, I have to package up and ship out in the next couple days. I had to get a whole bunch of packing supplies that I purchased. I had to get a whole bunch of paper. I had to get a whole bunch of bubble mailer stuff. I had to get a whole bunch of tape, a whole bunch of boxes, because we were not prepared for this, because he simply just made a set for us. So anyways, I just wanted to share it because we have a bunch of orders now left to fill. We have a whole bunch of batches in the garage right now that are drying, because these all have semi-gloss protectant on them, so that it protects from like water rings on them. We've got a bunch of these in production right now in like his workshop in the basement. They're kind of all over the place right now in our home, because we have a lot of orders that we need to fill, and I'm helping with, you know, the office-y side of it, and the shipping and packing all of it, and the mailing. So it's been really fun, and he said after all the coaster orders are done, he's going to start doing cutting boards, cheese boards, charcuterie boards, and a bunch of other kind of small projects. And once he goes back to work, he said he'll still be able to do these projects, but just after work and on the weekends. And just wanted to share that, because I got a lot of interest and questions and people wanting to know more. So if you are curious, or maybe are looking for like a Father's Day gift, because these have to be pre-ordered, because he makes them all to order, and they do take a while, as you can imagine, usually like 1 to 2 weeks, depending how far behind he is. We can ship only in the US. We can't ship international at this time, because the shipping costs more than the projects. But anyways, just wanted to share it. My email is GradysMomOfficial@gmail.com in case you want to pre-order or order, or just inquire about what kinds of things he's going to be making. But I just wanted to share that. And now back to the video. So there's a lot of really positive things going on as well. This dinner came out delicious, as you can see, with the wings, the rice, and the green beans. And then this last clip was a few days later. It was green beans, some kind of risotto, rice, and some locally made sausages. I hope you guys enjoyed this random dinner video from clips from the past few weeks. There were a lot of ones that were left out that I just forgot about, and I have to start trying to get better at picking up the camera and remembering to film with all that's going on. But I hope you're all staying safe, staying healthy, and I will see you all in the next one.